Presumably, initially that wasn't with Singhs, right? And you said you enjoyed training with Singhs. So how, as a case study, did you navigate around? Obviously, you're training at places predominantly, probably mostly Gore or Gore
Yeah.
Kale.
I mean, look, it was difficult. I still remember in the early days, it was having your gears and how to manage it, because I didn't know anyone else who was gear study who was training or competing. So managing it, we went through a few phases of trying to find what's going to be the most effective way. So having the start on was difficult. Having a certain types of podcast was difficult, and then I just experimented and I tried the scrum hat, what they use in rugby. Now, I wasn't a Murtari back then. Obviously, everything comes down to if you are a Murtari, speak to your Panj Pyare, who give you your ret, and them deciding what's best for you. So at the time, I was an Murtari, so I was just experimenting, and the scrum hat, I found it was really good. Because before that, once in training, everyone was training. We were doing clinch work in Muay Thai, and my butt got come off, and my hair come out, and everyone, the gym just stopped. The whole gym stopped. Everyone looked, and I did feel embarrassed. And then I quickly ran to the toilets, retied it, come back out. And then I could tell just from people's faces after the session, the people like, whoa, what was that? But no one really asked, to be fair. And then after that, obviously I started competing, and then I had my hair out when I was competing anyway, so people got used to it. But I think at the early stages, it is a big thing that it's a thing that you do think about, how am I going to navigate myself around this scenario. But now you just look seeing who's competing on YouTube or anything, you see is pretty much the to-do thing is to wear the scrum hat. I was training with Singh Singh MMA a few years ago, and he went India, and what he did, he went to some of the wrestling akari, and they had like a super tarty thing that goes round like a podcast, and it goes round, ties at the bottom. And he wore it, and he goes, "It's wicked, it's brilliant." I tried it, but it was so tight at the bottom, I couldn't open my mouth, I couldn't breathe. I was like, oh, I can't do this. Where the scrum hat, it's a lot less pressure. But again, it's down to personal choice. For some people, I understand that's not the way forward, but for other people, they feel like it's okay. So for me, that worked early on, to be fair. But it took a bit of experimenting first, but eventually I got there. And again, training with things. The thing is that wrestling is a real graft, and it's not easy. So if you can do something difficult, let's just say marathon running, you don't want to do marathon running, and if you do that with your friends, it's not as bad. Okay, if you do, it could be anything. If you do it with your friends, it's not as bad. Of course, you go there and you meet your friends there. I met some of the people that I'm so close with now, I met through martial arts training. But if you've got your friends that you've been close with since day one, and you get them into it and they do it with you, it's brilliant. It's really good. You enjoy it so much more, to be realistic.